Hello chess lovers, here I am, Björn Knöppel is back, together with Thomas Engqvist. And today I have in my selection a book called Leonid Stein, Master of Attack. And he is it's a very special grandmaster, and he could have been a world champion if it had not been for he was unfortunate in critical areas. He was born in Ukraine, and when he was about 16 years old, he started to play junior chess and won junior chess championship. And that was the start of his career. Before that he was unknown, but he started to play chess a couple of years before that. After his start 1960s, it took he raced as a comet up in the high very fast. His career in chess was like Bobby Fischer's or Garry Kasparov's, just high up. But then he started to play great championships, and he won the Soviet Championship 3 times in the 60s, and he was qualified to play in candidate finals about 62, I think, in Stockholm, and something like that. And he qualified somewhere between 6th, 8th place, and it was just the FIDE rules made that he was in competition with 2 other Soviet grandmasters, Russian or Soviet grandmasters in that competition. And the FIDE rules said that it was only allowed to have 2 competitions from the same country in the candidate finals. So he was the third the tie, so he was not allowed to go to the candidate finals. That's the first time. And the second time was a couple of years later, 71 I think, next candidate finals, and he was about between 6th, 8th place, and there it was I think it was 2 other grandmasters from the same country were just before him, so he was not qualified to go to the candidate finals there either. And then the third time he won, when he won the tournament, the third time he was qualified to the candidate finals, and he was going to go to a tournament in Petropolis candidate final 1973. But he had a wild life at home. He was smoking a lot, he was drinking and all that, and he should have got treated by a doctor because he had not a sound life with his health. But the nurse who treated him, she was not treating him the right way. So when he was in a hotel, he died out of a heart attack before traveling to the airport to go to with the Russian team, the Soviet team, to Petropolis, to the sauna. So he died before leaving, and that was a sad moment because he was only 38 years old when he died, and that was very shocking, because if you compare with other grandmasters at that time, he could have been a contender together with Spassky, Fischer, some others, 73, 74. But as he died, it was Anatoly Karpov instead who got his place. And the pity is that it would have been another chess history if Leonid Stein had lived and played, because very much science tells us that he could have won the candidate finals 73 and could have been a contender to the World Championship after that. But as he died, the history took another turn, as you say. So this book is not so much about his biography, but it's more about his attacking game, because Leonid Stein had a very attacking style where he took big risk in calculated games, and he played a very straightforward attacking style. But he made a big impression, and he was together with Spassky and Tal making the modern chess of that time, racing for the world. So this is one of 3 books I can recommend, and I have it in my library for sale. There are 2 other books as well as written about Leonid Stein, and that's Edward Gofeld has written a book called Master of Risk Strategy, and that's more a biography of Leonid Stein's life. And then my colleague Thomas Engqvist has also written a book called Stein Move by Move, a complement book about Leonid Stein and his play and life. So all these 3 books are about Stein, a very underrated player, nowadays forgotten players. And as he was a Ukraine from beginning, I think in Russia they don't know his name either any longer because of today's circumstances. But I can recommend this if you want to learn how to attack in a good way. And that's what I have to say today about my recommendation. I hope you like and make him search on Leonid Stein, because he can learn you a lot about attacking in chess. Okay, see you next time. Bye bye.
So what happened here? Do you remember this position?
No, sorry. The last game that Leonid Stein played before he died was a month before he died, and that's the position here. You can take a look and see if you find the finale. Sorry, I forgot about this game, but here it is. And can you see the solution? It's white to make a move now. But,
well, as a matter of fact,
yes.
there is nothing white can do about bishop f1 checkmate here. There are only crazy moves such as bishop takes g7, bishop takes g4. This is a position from Sveshnikov Stein, a team championship in USSR, 1973. I think it was played in June, right?
Yes, June.
And he died, when did he die?
He died 4th of July 1973. So it was a month later. this is his last, and that was a preparation for the candidate finals in Petropolis, which the Soviet team then was traveling to, and they were waiting. Shit happens, and they were waiting for Stein, but he didn't came because he already died. So they traveled away. But when they landed in Petropolis, they got the knowledge that he has just died. So that was a very sad story indeed. That changed the history of chess, in my opinion. So,
yeah, so Stein might have been
a world champion.
Yeah, now it was Korchnoi who played.
No, it was
Karpov.
Korchnoi against Karpov.
74.
And Karpov won, yes.
Yeah.
And then it was Karpov against Robert Fischer,
75.
75.
They used to call the match between Korchnoi and Karpov further the small World Championship match,
Yes.
because then they didn't know if Fischer would play against Karpov.
No, we didn't know that. But Fischer, he never played against Karpov because he left the scene of chess before that. His conditions for the world champion rematch was too high. His condition was too much money to play, so that the arrangers didn't accept the conditions. So there were no match. But it changed the history of World Championship, indeed. Thank you.